Hello, and welcome to an honest walkthrough and review of Soft String Soloists by Fracture Sounds. This is an absolutely gorgeous and easy to use solo string library. With it, you get a solo violin, solo viola, and solo cello. And what impresses me the most about this library is how much character they were able to pack within these samples. The legato is absolutely gorgeous. The swells as well, the swells along with the rebowing, it's just absolutely stunning. And with the three mic positions as well, you get this really beautiful, close and intimate sound. It's just crazy. The one thing this library does lack is some shorts. They do have an articulation which they call gesture, which is a long staccato. You can't really do anything fast paced with it, although the cello does have a short gesture, which is basically a staccato. But if you are looking for some staccatos and pizzicatos to go with this library, Fracture Sounds did release a blueprint called String Trio, which features the same instruments, the same space, except it is an ensemble patch, but does contain pizzicatos and staccatos. So I highly recommend downloading that as well. Now, this library will set you back £109 or $129 or euros. That's the intro price, ends on the 17th of December. Full price will be £149 or $169 or euros. It's also worth looking at any bundles that you can get with it as well if you're looking for other libraries as well. I highly recommend the Legato bundle, which you get the brass band soloist with it as well for £199, has the same legato engine, and I feel these two libraries will work perfectly together. All we need now is some woodwinds. Anyway, let's shut up about all of that and move into the plugin itself. It does work within the free Kontakt Player, and I absolutely love their UI. It's all on the same page. It's so simple, so user-friendly. In the middle, you have your articulations. On your right, your mic positions, your macros at the top, dynamics, color, stereo width, and reverb. While at the bottom, you can see we've got multiple legato settings, which we will go through, as well as instrument placements, in situ, custom position, and a center stereo mix, which is really nice. You also got some global control for dynamic range if you want to go from silent, or if you want it to be less extreme. You will notice as well, right at the bottom, there's a little green key switch. All that does is soften the attack and release of the legato as well. But without further ado, let's jump into our violin and start giving you some demos. What an absolutely gorgeous and easy to use legato. I will also show you what this green button does at the end. If we hold that down and hit a note, you can hear that soft attack and that soft release. We'll do that again, but at a higher dynamic. And compared to, so a softer release, a softer attack. That's a really nice feature of this library. Let's also show you the different legato settings. So with the smart one, if we put it at 0 latency, you'll notice you can get away with some very quick passages. Although personally I wouldn't have it that low on the latency, and at the other extreme it's a lot looser. But a lot more convincing. And then with the classic mode, bang in the middle, is very similar to the middle smart. But a lot more adaptive between those two ranges, while at the one extreme, so a lot looser, while on the other extreme, a lot faster. And I think I'd use the classic over the smart when it comes to the extremes. It's a lot more convincing, and they give you a little bit of leeway as well, an adaptive range. I really like the fact that you've got those two ones. Personally, my favorite is the smart. Directly where they put it, actually, it works very well. Although, if I wanted something a little bit faster, I would use the classic at that extreme, and probably if I wanted something a bit looser, I'd use that extreme there, but very flexible. And I really do like those legato settings. Right, let's move on to our sustains. The one thing I really wish I had control over was the vibrato. It's the one thing I feel really lacks with this library, although understandably it's a lot easier said than done, especially with the crossfading between different layers. So maybe something for the future, but as it is, I cannot complain, especially at the price point. While we're in our sustains, let's show you the different mic positions as well. We'll use our perspective knob and we'll take our reverb off. Honestly, I feel these are some of the best mic positions Fracture Sounds have done. Each mic position has its own unique character. The close is close and in your face. The mid is very much in between the two. And you can hear the space, you can hear the room, while far you almost get a nice hall. But what a beautiful space, and of course you can mix in some reverb to give yourself a little bit more distance, and you do have room, hall, shimmer, all the different rooms as well to make it sound even more distant. But I just love how flexible these mic positions are. Now, moving on to our instrument placement, obviously in situ is there to our left, but you do have custom positions as well. So you can very easily move it around the room. And then if you want a nice center stereo mix, well, you've got that as well. Which is perfect for your ensemble pieces. So I really love how quick and easy those instrument placements make setting your panning. Now moving on to harmonics, we'll go back to in situ, and I actually kind of like the mic position we're on, although we'll add the reverb back in. I really like the resin they have on those harmonics. Sustain slow. Gestures. the closest thing you're going to get to short, but you're not going to be able to do anything too quickly with them. And I like how they've called them gestures, because that's really the best way to describe these, because they're not what I would call staccatissимos, but they work well and they add a bit of variety. Swell shorts. Which are my favourite out of the swells, in all honesty. You can hear the bow and there's just so much emotion within those. Right, that's our violin. Let's swiftly move over to our viola. Again, I love the use of that green key switch to give a soft release. It just gives you such a natural ending, our sustains. And just to demonstrate what colour does, it essentially just cuts or boosts the sound. So on one extreme, it cuts it. On the other extreme, it will boost it and show a bit more in your mix. While with stereo width, it is what it says on the tin. It'll either make it monophonic or widen that stereo field. Moving on to our harmonics. I kind of wish they had the green key switch with the soft attack and release for the harmonics. That would have been a nice touch. I love the rebowing you can hear within those sustained slows. All right, gestures. Honestly, the emotion they've captured within the swell longs could almost bring a tear to my eye. Those are gorgeous, especially with the rebowing. Wow. I love this library. Right, that's an overview of the viola. You get the exact same thing with the custom positions and the center stereo mix. So plenty of flexibility, and wow, the resin on that center stereo is so perfectly recorded. Wow. They know what they're doing at Fracture Sounds. Right, moving on to our cello. Honestly, the emotion they've captured within the cello is stunning. It kind of speechless as to what to say. Just the samples spoke for themselves, and I'm sold. What more can I say? This is such a gorgeous library. Really nice to have those short gestures. Again, wish they did those with the others. I'm really just nitpicking here again with vibrato control. And I really, really like this little green button with the soft attack and release. So much so, I kind of wish they shared it with the other articulations as well, especially the harmonics. But overall, The release sounds as well are so gorgeous. They come off so beautifully. This library just makes playing strings so easy, and a lot of what they're doing in the background is not easy at all. But what do you think of this library? Is this something you're going to be purchasing? In all honesty, I think this might be replacing my solo strings by Spitfire Audio, especially in the legato department. Of course, with that library, you're getting a lot more short, so obviously I'll still use it for those purposes, but for legatos, I don't really see anything else better on the market at the moment. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.